Welcome back to our channel, Valuable Coins Hub. These rare Lincoln penny coins make people rich. Let's find out why. Don't miss out one of these who know a single coin make you rich. Number 1. Today I'm going to show you how one small coin, the 2009 Lincoln penny from the Formative Years series, could actually be hiding hundreds or even thousands of dollars in value. This isn't just any ordinary coin. It's a piece of history, a collectible masterpiece, and in some cases, a hidden treasure. So if you're a collector, a coin hunter, or just someone who stumbled across a jar of old change, this is a video you absolutely don't want to skip. Back in 2009, the United States Mint celebrated the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln by releasing 4 different designs of the 1-cent coin. One of the most talked about designs was the Formative Years in Indiana, which beautifully depicts young Abraham Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book, and taking a break from splitting logs. It represents a critical moment in American history and highlights the humble beginnings of one of the most iconic presidents in the world. Now, what makes this coin so thrilling for collectors isn't just the design. It's what lies beneath the surface. You see, most people received these coins in change, used them, and forgot about them. But a few lucky collectors noticed something strange. Some of these coins weren't quite like the others. They had tiny imperfections, minting errors, and variations that made them stand out. And that's where the real excitement begins. There are a few famous errors in the 2009 Lincoln Formative Years penny that have sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world. One of the most valuable and rarest is the double die reverse error. If you look closely at Lincoln's hands, the book, or even the log he's sitting on, you might see clear doubling, almost like the image was stamped twice. These double die errors are extremely rare and highly sought after. Collectors and dealers have been known to pay a premium just to get their hands on one. In fact, some of these error coins have sold for serious cash. For example, an uncirculated double die version sold for over $400 at a collector's auction in Pennsylvania. In another case, a higher grade example was snapped up for more than $1,200 in a private sale in California. And remember, we're talking about a penny, a coin that most people overlook and spend without a second thought. That's the thrill of it. So here's a quick tip for all the treasure hunters out there. Don't rush past those 2009 pennies. Take the time to inspect them, especially the ones with the Formative Years design. Look at Lincoln's hands, the book, the fingers, and the overall strike. If you notice any doubling or abnormalities, don't spend it. Store it carefully and consider getting it graded. A high-quality, error-free coin in mint condition is valuable, but one with a certified error could be worth exponentially more. And it's not just about the errors. Coins in mint state condition, those with no scratches, marks, or wear, are already becoming scarce. Most of the 2009 pennies were circulated heavily and tossed around in pockets and drawers. But a perfectly preserved example, especially one that has been professionally graded MS 65 or higher, can sell for over $40, and in some auctions, we've seen prices climb even higher when the coin is in demand. This coin represents more than just face value. It's a blend of American legacy, rarity, and the beauty of discovery. That's what makes it so exciting for both seasoned collectors and beginners. And let's be honest, there's nothing more thrilling than finding a rare coin in your pocket change that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So if you're starting your coin collecting journey or you've been at it for years, always keep an eye out for the 2009 Formative Years Lincoln penny. It's one of those modern-day coins that's becoming increasingly valuable with time. Especially with the spotlight back on Lincoln collectibles, this penny is only growing in popularity and price. Now, if you're loving this kind of content and you want to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to rare coins, modern errors, and valuable finds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to tap that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We've got more treasures to uncover, stories to tell, and secrets to reveal from the world of numismatics. Number 2, we're talking about one of the most thrilling and underrated treasures in the world of coin collecting, the 1971 Lincoln penny. But don't be fooled by its small size. This coin holds secrets and hidden gems that could be sitting right inside your old drawer or pocket change. There are rare versions of this 1971 penny that collectors are going absolutely crazy for. And in this video, we're diving deep into why this little coin could be worth way more than just 1 cent. The 1971 Lincoln penny may look like any other copper coin at first glance. But when you take a closer look, its hidden value begins to shine through like a mystery waiting to be solved. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of American history, minted during a time of major change in the country. Some of these coins have rare minting errors that make them stand out from the rest, turning what was once spare change into a collector's dream, from doubling in the text to off-center strikes and even no mint marks where there should be one. These aren't flaws, they're golden tickets for collectors. Now here's where things get really exciting. The 1971 Lincoln penny comes in different versions based on where it was minted: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And the most talked about one, the 1971 S-proof penny. These proof coins were specially struck for collectors, and if you're lucky enough to have one in pristine condition, especially with the deep cameo look, it could fetch a handsome reward. But that's not all. Even regular 1971 pennies with certain errors or high grades have stunned collectors and dealers at auctions. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on their grade and rarity. Imagine finding a coin like this and realizing it's worth more than a month's salary. That's not a dream. It's a very real possibility. One example includes a 1971 S-proof penny-graded PR69 that sold for over $2,000 in a public auction in California. Another collector in Texas sold his 1971 D penny with a doubling error for more than $900. These aren't just lucky finds. They are evidence of how passionate and alive the coin collecting community truly is. Now, if you're a collector or just someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, let me tell you, this is the coin you need to be on the lookout for. The 1971 Lincoln penny is still circulating out there in pockets, jars, old piggy banks, and forgotten coin collections. You never know where you might find one. Always examine the lettering on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Any doubling or strange misalignment could mean you're holding a jackpot in your hand. And here's a tip for all coin collectors and new coin hunters. Get yourself a good magnifier, start checking your change, and don't ever ignore the humble penny. What may look like a common coin could turn out to be a rare gem that changes your life. Also, get your coins graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Having a certified grade can dramatically increase the coin's value when it hits the auction block. The value of these coins in the collector market continues to grow as more people become aware of their rarity and historical charm. The demand for rare and error 1971 pennies is rising every year, and as more are discovered and graded, the higher quality ones become even more precious. Coin shows, online auctions, and collectors' clubs are buzzing with talk about this penny, and prices are soaring. So what's the real market value of this coin? Depending on the type and condition, it can range from just a few dollars for a circulated one with a minor error to thousands of dollars for high-grade proof coins or rare error coins. A rare 1971 S-proof in nearly perfect condition has sold for more than $2,500. A double die version has been sold in an auction for around $1,000. These are not just numbers. They're real deals happening in real markets like Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago. Don't underestimate the coin that could be lying in your palm right now. The 1971 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a collector's thrill, a hidden treasure, and maybe even your next lucky strike. Number 3. You're about to find out how one of the most mysterious and exciting pennies in American coin history could be sitting quietly in your pocket or old coin jar. Yes, we're diving into the thrilling story of the 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin that changed everything in the U.S. Mint and still has collectors all over the country chasing it like treasure hunters. Now don't blink or skip, because this isn't just any ordinary penny. The 1982 Lincoln cent is a true legend in the world of numismatics. This year was a turning point in American coinage, and it created one of the most exciting variety hunts for collectors to this very day. What happened in 1982 was more than just a design change. It was a full-on transformation, and that shift led to a mix-up of materials and minting styles that has left behind some very valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Let me break it down for you because this is where the thrill really begins. In 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from making Lincoln pennies out of 95% copper to using a new composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. That might not sound like a big deal, but trust me, This change created a wild mix of coins that are incredibly exciting for collectors today. There are 7 different known varieties of the 1982 penny, and among them, one of the rarest and most valuable is the 1982 D small date copper penny. A coin that was never supposed to exist. That's right. The Denver Mint wasn't supposed to strike any small date copper coins that year, but somehow, a few of them slipped through, and now they are worth serious money. One of these incredibly rare coins was found by a collector and tested to be copper, and it sold for an eye-popping amount at auction. The thrill of finding one of these rare varieties is what keeps collectors checking every 1982 penny they come across. You could be the next lucky one, but the mystery doesn't stop there. Even without rare metal errors, some 1982 pennies are worth hundreds simply because of their condition, strike, or specific variety. You need to look closely. Is it a small date or large date? Is it copper or zinc? One of the best ways to tell is by weighing it. Copper coins weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc ones are lighter at 2.5 grams, and this one small detail can make a big difference in value. Here's something every collector should know. Always have a digital scale on hand and take your time inspecting the date style. Some of the small date versions have very subtle differences that are easy to miss with the naked eye. And if you ever come across a 1982 D small date penny that weighs 3.11 grams, don't waste a second. That could be the legendary copper variety that's worth a small fortune. Now let's talk about some real-world value. One verified 1982 D small date copper penny sold in a public auction for over $18,000 in Florida. Yes, $18,000 for a single penny that was once pocket change. Even common 1982 varieties in mint state condition have sold for over $100 to $300 depending on grade and demand. In cities like Chicago, New York, and even in online auctions, these coins continue to surprise everyone with their increasing value and popularity among collectors. If you're just getting into coin collecting or you've been doing it for years, this is one of those coins that deserves your full attention. The 1982 Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It's an adventure, a hunt, a story waiting to be uncovered. And the best part? These coins are still out there, hiding in old change jars, coin rolls, and dusty drawers. Keep your eyes open, check your dates, weigh your coins, and always look twice at your pennies. Now here's a final tip from me to you. Never clean your coins because that can ruin their value. Always store your finds in a safe, dry place and get them graded by a professional if you believe you've found something rare. A good grade can multiply the value of your coin and give you the proof you need if you ever decide to sell it at auction. So next time you see a 1982 Lincoln penny, don't just pass it by. Take a second look because it might just be one of the most valuable pieces of copper in your entire collection. Number 4. I'm about to take you into the world of the 1963 Lincoln penny. A coin that seems ordinary on the surface, but hides rare secrets that could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. This is not just another old coin sitting in your change jar. This is a piece of American history, with hidden variations and rare errors that make collectors across the country go absolutely wild. Every collector, from beginner to expert, keeps their eyes open for the 1963 penny, because it still holds the potential to surprise and reward in big ways. The 1963 Lincoln penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and while millions were produced, only a few came out with special minting errors and pristine conditions that make them extremely valuable today. Some of these rare pennies have been found with doubling on the date or on the words, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you ever notice the letters looking thick, shadowed, or blurry under magnification, don't ignore it. That could be a double die error, and that kind of error can turn a regular penny into serious cash at auction. Another feature collectors chase is off-center strikes or clipped planchets. Imagine a penny that looks like part of it is missing, or the design is off balance. These aren't damaged coins, they're real mint errors, and they're in high demand across coin markets, especially when the rest of the coin is in great shape. But even without errors, a high-grade 1963 penny with original red color can go for amazing prices. Most of the pennies we see today are worn out and dull, but if yours still has that bright red copper shine, and barely any scratches or wear, you could be holding a hidden gem. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC give these coins official grades, and that's where the value really starts to explode. Now, here's where it gets exciting. A 1963 D penny, graded MS-67 red, sold for over $1,300 in a major auction in California. Another example is a 1963 penny from the Philadelphia Mint with a double die error that sold for around $900 in New York. And the best part? These coins are still being found today, in old collections, change jars, estate sales, and even in rolls from the bank. Here's a solid tip for collectors. Always check your 1963 pennies for sharp details and bright red luster. If you have a small digital scale, weigh the coin. A normal penny from this year should weigh about 3.11 grams. Anything more or less could be a clue to something special. And please, never clean your coins. It might seem like a good idea, but it can ruin the surface and drop the value completely. Store them safely and, if it looks promising, get it professionally graded. The demand for the 1963 penny, especially with rare errors or high grades, is growing fast in today's collector market. People are hunting for clean, original examples every day. Coin shows, collector clubs, and auctions in places like Chicago, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and online platforms are buzzing with activity around this coin. So, what's the original market value? A high-grade 1963 D penny, in red mint state, has sold for more than $1,300. A rare double die version has crossed $900 in live auctions. That's the real deal. Not just hype, but actual sales happening in today's coin world. Number 5 and last rare coin. You might not believe this at first, but one of the most thrilling and talked about coins in the entire world of modern U.S. coin collecting is the 1992 Lincoln penny. That's right, a penny minted in the early 90s is causing shockwaves in the collector market even today. And if you've never heard of the 1992 Close AM penny, this could be the moment that changes your entire coin collecting journey forever. So don't blink, and definitely don't skip this video, because we're about to uncover something that most people still don't know. The 1992 penny has a secret, and only a few lucky collectors have found it. It looks like any ordinary Lincoln cent, but the difference lies in one tiny design detail that has skyrocketed this coin's value and turned it into one of the hottest Lincoln penny rarities of the last few decades. Now here's the thrilling part. In 1992, the United States Mint accidentally used a reverse design that wasn't supposed to appear until years later. On a small number of 1992 and 1992 D pennies, the space between the A and M in the word America on the reverse is much tighter than usual. They're almost touching. This is what collectors call the Close AM variety, and it was never meant to be released that year. It's one of those mistakes that makes collectors' hearts race. A design meant for proof coins was mistakenly used on regular business strike coins. The result? A small number of these 1992 Close AM pennies escaped into circulation, and today they are some of the most sought-after modern coins in the United States. Even crazier, most people have spent or thrown away these pennies, having no idea what they were holding in their hands. This is why you must check every 1992 penny you find. Look at the reverse under magnification and check the spacing between the A and the M in America. If they're almost touching, you could be staring at a fortune in your palm. But don't stop there. Also pay attention to other signs of rarity, like sharp strikes, full steps on the memorial, and clean fields with no heavy scratches. Even without the Close AM variety, a high-grade 1992 penny in MS condition, especially with a red finish, can still fetch good prices in the collector's market. And now for the numbers that will blow your mind. A 1992 D Close AM penny sold for over $20,000 at a heritage auction in Florida. Yes, over $20,000 for a 1-cent coin, just because of that rare reverse design error and pristine condition. Another 1992 Close AM from the Philadelphia Mint sold for around $10,000 in a live auction, also in top grade. These aren't myths. These are real sales that have happened and are still happening in cities like Dallas, Chicago, and New York. So here's a major tip for collectors. Always carry a small magnifier with you, and don't overlook even the most basic coins. Check every 1992 penny you come across, especially if it's in nice condition. Look closely at the AM spacing on the back. You might just discover one of the rarest pennies of the modern era hiding in plain sight. And remember, never clean your coins. A cleaned coin loses value instantly, and won't grade well with professional companies like PCGS or NGC. Always handle your coins by the edges. Store them in safe containers. And if you believe you've found a rare variety, get it certified by a trusted grading service. That little move can be the difference between a $10 coin and a five-figure auction sale. The 1992 Lincoln Penny, especially the close AM variety, is in high demand right now. Collectors and investors are searching everywhere for these coins. There's only a small number of confirmed examples out there, and that rarity drives the price higher every single year. So keep checking those pennies. Yours could be next. To recap the value, a 1992 D-Close AM penny has sold for over $20,000 at auction, and a 1992 Close AM has reached nearly $10,000 depending on the grade and condition. These are actual auction prices, not estimates. Real coins being sold to real collectors for serious money. If you found this video exciting, and you want more rare coin discoveries just like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. We're building a community of collectors who love the thrill of the hunt and the beauty of hidden treasures in everyday change. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss a rare coin alert, and drop a comment if you've ever checked your 1992 pennies. Who knows, you might be the next lucky one. Thank you for being here, thank you for supporting the channel, and remember, some coins may be small, but the stories and the value behind them are massive. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep your eyes open, because the next rare penny could be in your hands right now.